The field of 10 has been trimmed by 2. Maine and Vermont eliminated Sunday. So 8 squads remain in this 2019 Little League Softball East Regional Tournament, all still alive for a chance to represent this part of the country at next month's World Series in Portland, Oregon. Delaware's among the 8 who are still dancing here in Bristol. This morning at the Giamatti Little League Leadership Training Center, we have Maryland and we have New Jersey squaring off. It's an elimination game, so it is win or go home. With light sprinkles but some refreshing air here in Bristol, Connecticut, we've got an elimination game between the girls from Robbinsville, New Jersey, and the girls from Berlin, Maryland, a couple of state champions with a chance to advance, but the loser will be going home today. We started with 10, as mentioned. Maine and Vermont were the first 2 out yesterday. We will have more eliminations occurring today, all leading up to the championship on Thursday, with 1 team surviving and advancing. At a glance, this is the age 10, 11, and 12-year-old division of the Little League Softball World Series. We play 6-inning games on 60-feet diamonds, 12-inch diameter softballs, and the minimum mandatory play rule is in effect. Yesterday, Maryland eliminated Maine 6-4. Ava Snellsire knocked in a pair of runs, while Madison McGinnis had her changeup working. Where she struggled a bit the day before Sunday, she did not. Number 13 in blue was outstanding. At the same time, New Jersey lost its Sunday game to Pennsylvania 4-2, now facing elimination. Katie Ziliani was the hitting star for New Jersey yesterday, going 3 for 3. They're going to need more of that here this morning so as not to be ousted. First pitch coming up between New Jersey and Maryland. Maryland manager Katie Griffin had a little bit of fun with a couple of her substitutes, Allie Terrell and Elijah Payne. And that's what it's all about here in Bristol. Good time had by all, but when you get out on the field, it's all business. Trying to win that game in front of you. And there is a look at Madison McGinnis, the starting pitcher for the 3rd straight day for Berlin. And while she struggled in the heat 2 days ago, she was so good yesterday. And the difference for her is whether her changeup is working. And on Saturday, she struggled with it. Yesterday, it was so good that she pitched this team to victory 6-4 over Maine. And the players she'll be facing today, it's a stacked lineup on the offensive side for New Jersey, playing under manager Scott Weiss. This is a program that has been there and done that. But they did lose yesterday, so it is real for this team right now. If they don't win this game, New Jersey will be going home. This is the program that 5 years ago not only won this East Regional, went on and won the World Series in Portland. Leading off for New Jersey, Caroline Walls, the second baseman. She'll be followed by Haley Krebs and Sorella Gallucci. And the first pitch from McGinnis misses the strike zone. Walls so far through 2 games, 3 for 7. She has scored 3 runs and has done a very good job as the leadoff hitter, setting the table. And she gets ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Around the infield for Maryland, Bailey Griffin at 3rd. Ava Snellsire at shortstop. Emily Smith plays second. Josephine Palmer at first. Riley Smith the catcher. And in the outfield left to right, Caitlin King, Leah Simpson, and Paige McAdams. Caroline Walls seemed to have the red light. She was taking all the way, and now the count is 3 balls and a strike. Caroline's from a very athletic family, and she rips that one to left. It's a leadoff base hit for New Jersey. Well, Caroline's great uncle, Dick Emmerich, was an offensive lineman drafted in 1959 by Vince Lombardi and the Packers. Well, Dick Emmerich's great niece gets this ball game off with a line drive single. Caroline's also a third cousin of former Wisconsin basketball coach Bo Ryan. Of course, he led the Badgers to a couple of Final Fours. She takes off from first on the bunt by Haley Krebs. Beautiful play by the catcher, Riley Smith, to get the out at first, but the sacrifice by Krebs is successful. This was a bunt and run. There's no question about it. Playing a little small ball as New Jersey tries to get on the board first and put a little pressure on Maryland here in the early going. And now the dangerous Sorella Gallucci. She is 5 for 7 with 3 RBIs the first 2 days. Make it 6 for 8. And the ball gets past Caitlin King, and that's going to allow Walls to slide in safely. It's 1-0 New Jersey. Credit Sorella Gallucci with an RBI double as she laced it into left field.
Number 22, Julissa Alvarado.
That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Julissa Alvarado. Julissa checks her swing. Pitch sailed high, 1 ball and no strikes. And they appeal down to the first base umpire, Roy Margid, who confirms that indeed she did not go around. Behind the plate, our umpire John Hill. Out at second, Derek Cunningham. And our umpire at third, Ted LeBlanco. The 1-0 pitch. It's 2-0. Here's a look at the hard-working umpires who love to be here just as much as the players. And they work their tails off as well. Once again, a New Jersey batter well ahead in the count. Alvarado with a good pitch to hit here if she's given the green light. Takes up and in. And there are runners on first and second.
The pitcher, number 15, Katie Ziliani.
And here is Katie Ziliani, who yesterday did her part offensively in the loss to Pennsylvania. 3 for 3, including a double. She knocked in a run and a chance to do some more damage here today. And she looks at a strike. Katie is today's pitcher for Robbinsville, New Jersey. Yesterday it was Sorella Gallucci, but Gallucci is back at third base. Ziliani will be pitching. 1 ball and 1 strike. She's a 13-year-old at Pond Road Middle School. The daughter of Greg and Cheryl Ziliani. In the dirt. And both runners will advance. And it's a wild pitch, allowing Gallucci to go to third, Alvarado to second. That was the manager, Scott Weiss, for New Jersey, who's also coaching third base, offering some counsel to Gallucci. And Gallucci dares the catcher to make the throw. Riley Smith chased her back to the bag. There's the veteran manager and coach and administrator who's been so important to this Robbinsville Little League for so many years. 15 years he has been a volunteer. And during that time, they've been to 5 different World Series. Second consecutive walk, and the bases are full of Renegades.
Right fielder, number 5, Jordan Pepper.
Jordan Pepper with her first chance here today. Jordan with a Y. takes a strike. I mentioned yesterday her favorite softball player, Jordan's favorite softball player, is Crystal Bustos, the two-time Olympic gold medalist and one of the all-time great sluggers in the history of softball. Pepper takes strike 2. The inning began with a base hit by Caroline Walls. She came around to score on the double by Sorella Gallucci. Gallucci now at third, Alvarado at second, Ziliani at first. Ground ball, just foul. And so they will do it again. I mentioned Robbinsville, New Jersey has won this event 5 times previously, 2008, 2010, 2013, and then in 14 and in 16. So they've been on to the World Series 5 times. They won it all in 2014. Pepper crowds the plate, takes the pitch outside. Infield in on the grass, looking to cut off that run at the plate. And for these girls, playing on a grass infield is unusual. For the most part during the year, they play on all dirt infields. And so it does take some getting used to. In fact, when Maryland arrived a couple of days ago, that was the first thing Katie Griffin wanted to make sure her girls did. Fly ball left field. King comes on, makes a nice running catch, and the runners have to hold. 2 away. And with that, presumably, the infield now can go back and play at normal depth and get an out at any base.
Catcher, number 7, Abby Weiss.
And that'll bring up the manager's daughter, Abby Weiss. Swing and a miss. Abby was just a 7-year-old when her father was part of the coaching staff that won the World Series in 2014. But Abby was there. She's made a couple of trips as a fan to Portland, watching her big sister. Hopes to get there as a player this year. 1 ball, 1 strike. And as we've showed you, she provides the good luck charm for this team every single game. The Hello Kitty dress that she wore as a 7-year-old out in Portland every day hangs in the dugout. There it is. They got it facing us this time. We can see the Hello Kitty logo. I love it. Fouled straight back. And all the girls are into that superstition. They touch the dress before the game. They each wanted to have it in the dorms with them each night, but the manager said, Scott Weiss said, I'm keeping it. We can't run the risk of something happening to it or it disappearing. So it is a valuable commodity. And the young girl who has years ago outgrown that dress, fighting to stay alive with the bases loaded.
You're up, kid. You got it.
Maddie McGinnis looking to make a big pitch. Shows the changeup, but missed upstairs. Gallucci's at third, Alvarado at second, Ziliani at first. Three balls and 2 strikes. The girl they call Matty Ice catches the comebacker and gets out of the jam. But not before New Jersey scores a run on 2 base hits, but they leave the bases loaded. 1-0 Jersey as we head to the bottom of the first. Back in Bristol, Connecticut. Much cooler day today, much more comfortable. The 95-degree temperature and humidity is gone. A few sprinkles around, but the play continues as we head to the bottom half of the first inning. The Maryland roster is guided by Katie Griffin, who herself was a standout player back in the day. She played at Rider College, now Rider University in Lawrenceville, New Jersey, and she was a standout shortstop and imparts a lot of that wisdom onto her team that is facing elimination today. This is an elimination game between Maryland and New Jersey. And back in the circle for the Robbinsville Renegades from Robbinsville, New Jersey, is a familiar face, Katie Ziliani. Katie has played the infield and has hit very well, but they need her to throw a good ball game in this one this morning. And she says she's been drawn to Robbinsville Little League softball because of its winning tradition. From the time she was little, that's all she has known, and that's all this community of Robbinsville, New Jersey has known, is excellent softball. Katie's favorite softball players, a pair of pitchers, a right-hander Jenny Finch and a left-hander Paige Parker, who of course pitched the Oklahoma Sooners to a pair of national championships in 2016 and 2017. And Katie reports she also loves sushi. Count me in. And she'll be facing, for Maryland, Ava Snellsire, the shortstop, to lead things off. She had a pair of hits yesterday, knocked in 2 runs in the win over Maine. And Ava lays off the first pitch for ball 1. Well, Ava said when they got here to Connecticut, she could not wait to tour the ESPN studios. And indeed, Maryland has been able to do that. Yesterday, they took the tour of the ESPN campus, which is on the other side of town, just a few minutes from where we sit here at the Giamatti Center. And apparently the Maryland team ran into Sports Center anchor Elle Duncan, and she talked to them for a few minutes. Duncan herself was a softball player, and she lit up when she heard that this was a softball team in town trying to get to the World Series. And Elle Duncan shared with these 10, 11, and 12-year-olds about how it isn't just about winning and losing, but the memories that are made. Great message from Elle, and a leadoff walk by Ava Snellsire. And truly, that is what you hear over and over and over again from each of these teams, each of the girls. The idea of coming to Connecticut for the better part of a week and staying in a dormitory with your best friends, playing softball, eating good food. They truly are memories for a lifetime. Here is the manager's daughter, Bailey Griffin, who bunts the first pitch foul. Bailey is a type 1 diabetic, and you may see on her left tricep, she's got a Dexcom, which is a glucose monitor that she wears. Bouncing ball to the hole, it's short. Terrific play to get the out at first. Great hustle to get to third, and now Ava Snellsire gets up, and she's going to score. Outstanding base running, and we are tied at 1. We have seen the New Jersey shortstop Haley Krebs, with her strong arm, make great plays all week. She did what she had to do, but you know what? Ava Snellsire was sniffing out an opportunity, and she used her legs to produce the first run of the day for Maryland. And the batter is Riley Smith. The error on that play goes on the first baseman's throw, Madison Manning, that allowed Snellsire to come all the way around. But again, credit Snellsire for really putting the pressure on Manning to have to make that long throw. Ball and 2 strikes to Riley Smith, the catcher for this Berlin All-Stars team from Maryland. Strike 3 called. First punch out of the morning for Katie Ziliani. Well, both leadoff hitters have done their jobs this morning in the first inning. They started the game with Caroline Walls singling. She came around to score in the top half of the inning. Ava Snellsire drew a walk and used her feet, used her legs, and used her smarts to get that run right back. Madison McGinnis standing in with nobody on and 2 out. And Maryland dugout is alive. Change up, misses upstairs. And the daughter of Lauren and Justin McGinnis, and the sister of Madison, Kaylin, and Carson awaits the 2-1 pitch. Chopper right side.
You never know. Okay.
And Caroline Walls completes the play. But Maryland manufactures a run without benefit of a base hit. We're all tied up at 1. Welcome back, everybody, to Bristol, Connecticut. Doug Sherman with you. We've got a good start to our elimination game between New Jersey and Maryland. Both teams manufacturing a run in the first inning. And once again, we have a few sprinkles around. The forecast for today calls for the chance of rain pretty much throughout the day. But it's going to take a pretty steady rain to stop this game and the 3 scheduled after it. And we will be here through Thursday. The championship game is scheduled for noon on Thursday. And every game between now and then, including the title game, are available on ESPN+. It's the 8-9 one-hitters due up to begin the second inning for New Jersey. Lily Ondi leads off, and the center fielder from Robbinsville, New Jersey, takes the ball high and outside. Lily Ondi is the youngest of Kathy and Chris Ondi's 3 children. Abby's 21, CJ 17, and then Lily is a 12-year-old who is a big fan of softball at the college level. She follows Sammy Reynolds, University of Washington, and also all things Auburn. And not just Auburn softball. She loves Auburn football. She has been to Auburn, Alabama, to the campus. Pop up towards short. And the 11-year-old Ava Snellsire makes the catch. Big smile for Ava.
Number 23, Madison Manning.
And in steps Madison Manning, playing first base in this game. And I'm going to guess this young lady likes to laugh because her favorite actor is Will Ferrell. I'm with you. I like it. Her favorite TV show, Full House. And her favorite flavor of ice cream is coffee ice cream. I'll let her have her coffee ice cream. I'll stick with chocolate. There's a shot to left. What a catch on the backhand by Caitlin King. Another reason to smile and a high five from her center fielder, Leah Simpson, as that ball stuck in the leather.
Number 1, Caroline Walls.
So 2 outs and back to the top of the order for Caroline Walls. Walls singled and scored to begin the ball game. She's now 4 for 8 here this week. Number 1 steps out of the way of that first pitch. Caroline's favorite movie is going back a few decades. She says The Breakfast Club is the one that she most prefers. Favorite TV show is Friends. So going back 2 decades for that one. Pop up. Foul ground. Riley Smith puts it away for a 1-2-3 inning. Impressive second frame for Madison McGinnis.
If fans, you know we're online, visit our website, lily.org. York/Eastfield ladies on the tournament.
Each one of the 10 teams that come here to Bristol for the East Regional get an opportunity to go to the ESPN studios. And this is a look at Pennsylvania over the weekend. Those are the Lorson cousins, Sage and Abby. Our first picture, we saw the manager, Corey Goodman, and his daughter, Gianna. And then, of course, the group photo that allows for the chance, like this Maryland team got yesterday, to go meet a Sports Center anchor, perhaps, and see where all the television magic is made. First pitch swinging, Emily Smith retired on the ground out here in the bottom of the second inning. Now, if you have not had the occasion to go and tour the campus at ESPN, which is here in Bristol, Connecticut, of course, just a few miles from here on the other side of town, if you can take a tour and you live in the Northeast and can get here, it is well worth your time. If you're a sports fan and a television fan, it is awesome. Leah Simpson with an awesome piece of hitting. That's the first hit allowed by Katie Ziliani here this morning. And so now we're going to have our first substitution of the morning. Remember, the mandatory play rule ensures that for teams with rosters of 12 or fewer players, everybody gets a 1 at-bat minimum plus 6 consecutive defensive outs. If your roster has 13 or more players, it's a 1 at-bat minimum. And so standing in for her first opportunity of the day is Zoe Whistler, a 12-year-old reserve outfielder who is behind in the count 0-1. And now we've got a timeout called for the New Jersey manager, Scott Weiss, to go out and ask the first base umpire, Roy Margit, about that call at first. Doesn't look like he is satisfied with what he heard, so we're going to have a video challenge. Scott Weiss and home plate umpire John Hill will wait for that little trap door to open up, and then they will check out the replays that we can afford to them to see if indeed the throw was in time or not, if the tag was in time or not. Did Leah Simpson get back before the tag? Looks like she might have gotten tagged on the tip of that toe on her Under Armour cleats just before she got back. Or not. Call stands. So Leah Simpson will stay at first base. And that is a lost challenge for New Jersey. And it looks like it will indeed stand. Whistler grounds it to short. Another chance for Krebs, and there is that strong right throwing arm. Very nice play. Moving to second on it, Leah Simpson.
Good job, Zoe. Way to put that bat on that ball. Hey, Leah.
First baseman number 12,
Now Josephine Palmer.
Come on, Josie.
Josie hits a grounder to short. And you pretty much know what's going to happen when you do that. Haley Krebs is going to deliver
Get your head up.
on the defensive side. No runs ahead, 1 runner left. Tied at 1 here in Bristol. New Jersey 1, Maryland 1 as we head to the top of the third inning in this 6-inning elimination game of the East Regional of the Little League Softball World Series. 2 teams were eliminated yesterday. 2 more will go home today as we whittle it down to 1 remaining champion on Thursday. A couple of teams dressed in blue going at it in our first of 4 games today. Robbinsville, New Jersey in the darker blue. You see Haley Krebs, the standout shortstop, who will lead things off. She's the number 2 hitter in the lineup. She laid down a key sacrifice bunt in the first inning, which helped to produce New Jersey's run. No first base coach. And so Scott Weiss will get one of his players to grab a helmet. And it looks like Jordan Palmer will man the position for now. And now we're all set. Madison McGinnis back on the rubber. Haley Cribbs goes by the nickname Stormy. She's a 13-year-old at Pond Road Middle School there in Robbinsville, New Jersey. And she plays shortstop a little bit like her favorite Met, Ahmed Rosario. While Ahmed Rosario has yet to blossom into the star that perhaps he was projected to become for the Mets, he is a very good defensive player and a solid hitter. And some of those same qualities can be said about Haley Krebs. She's the youngest of 4. Older siblings Stephen, Ryan, and Shay. Mom Nancy, Dad Steve. Haley's got herself a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Good eye, 3 balls and a strike. I think McGinnis wanted that call. Now she's going to have to come with a strike. After facing 7 batters in the first inning, McGinnis set down 3 in a row last inning. It's a leadoff base hit here in the third for Krebs. Takes a big turn, and now she's going to go for second, and she's in there. Once again, the leadoff hitter aboard, and now in scoring position. That's a leadoff double for Krebs, and we'll bring up Sorella Gallucci. She doubled in a run in the first. Has a chance to knock in a run once again with another base hit. Gallucci is 6 for 8 through her first 2+ games here in Bristol. Saw there that Sorella loves the movie The Incredibles. She also says her favorite subject in school is math. She's a Derek Jeter fan, likes the Yankees, of course. And her favorite food, at least it was a week ago when she filled out the questionnaire, pepperoni bread. I'm not familiar with pepperoni bread. I can certainly imagine what it is and what it tastes like. But I'm guessing down in the suburban central New Jersey town of about 15,000, Robbinsville, New Jersey, it's a popular item. Now the 2-1 pitch, change up, and it's hit foul and out of play. Madison McGinnis has thrown almost every pitch for Maryland here in the last 3 days. Her relief pitcher, Emily Smith, did come in briefly on Saturday, and she induces a pop-up on the infield for the first out. Snellsire with the catch. 1 away. And that's a big out to retire Gallucci.
Number 22, Jaleesa Alvarado.
And you know, talking to Maryland manager Katie Griffin before the game, she just raved about the way Madison McGinnis has been pitching, especially yesterday, and she has all the confidence in the world in number 13 here today. she's a big fan of Monica Abbott, the former Tennessee Volunteers pitcher who is 6'3". She's a left-hander, but she is the one who Madison most admires. She gets the sign, and now the 0-1 pitch. Fly ball to right. McAdams puts it away. Tagging at second is the runner Krebs. She advances, ball gets away, and now Krebs is going for the plate. The throw, the tag, safe! There you saw it. The foot got in just before the tag from Riley Smith. And it was a close enough play that Maryland manager Katie Griffin is going to ask for a video review. But based on the view I had live and then the replay we just saw, I think it's probably going to stand. Just daring on the base pass, Haley Krebs. The fact that she tagged up initially on a relatively routine fly ball out in right field, then forces the right fielder to have to make a throw, and then when it gets away, it doesn't go away far, but she didn't hesitate. She hopped up and immediately sprinted to the plate and then made the third baseman, Bailey Griffin, have to make a play. And you know, that's not a bad way to play softball. Dare and make the opposition make a play. If they do, you tip your cap. If they don't, you might turn out to be a winner. Looks like home plate umpire John Hill has made his determination. And indeed, the play stands. So Haley Krebs, much like Ava Snellsire for the opposition, uses her legs, her smarts, and her daring to score a run. So the error on the play does indeed go to the throw from the right fielder, Paige McAdams. Nice backhanded stab. Emily Smith, though, can't make the play. It's an infield single.
That was number 15, Katie Ziliani.
Good job, man. Hey, 2 down, let's go. 2 down.
And now batting for New Jersey, number 2, Riley Mikolojak.
So we'll have a pinch hitter, Riley Mikolojak. Will hit for Jordan Pepper.
Hold on, I gotta call it in. Hold on.
And we will have a pinch runner at first base as well. So after the infield single, Katie Ziliani trades places with Jordan Palmer, who now pinch runs. And Ziliani will coach at first. And Pepper at this time is being pinch hit for by Mikolojak. Takes a team to keep track of all of the substitutions that are part of mandatory play. And I tell you what, for the managers and the coaching staff, it is a full-time job to make sure they do it right. And it's all done in conjunction with the Little League staff up here in the press box and down at field level to make sure everybody gets in and follows the same rules. .2-0 pitch. Mikolojak pops it up on the infield. McGinnis calls for it, and that retires the side. New Jersey retakes the lead on a couple of base hits. 2-1, our score. Folks from Maryland made the trip up here to Connecticut, having a little bit of fun. You see that Maryland state flag all over the place here at the Giamatti Little League Leadership Training Center. Here are the rules for mandatory play in each of these teams following the letter of the law. And we have a pinch hitter to begin the bottom half of the third inning. And just one of many changes. This is Alexa Haig. She's batting in place of Paige McAdams. Plenty of changes defensively as well. Ava Alderelli, excuse me, plays center field. Riley Mikolojak stays in the game after pinch hitting and plays right field. And as you saw from that graphic, the rules are different depending on how many players you have on your active roster. And so New Jersey is playing with 11 players today, and so that's 12 or fewer players, of course. And so each of their players, Haig strikes out. Each of New Jersey's players has to have a minimum of 1 at bat and also 6 consecutive defensive outs. And because Maryland has 5 reserves, so 14 total, each of their players has a lower threshold to meet. For Maryland, each of their players just has to have at least 1 plate appearance.
Hustle it out, you never know. Okay, here we go.
Ava Snellsire will stay alive. Her foul ball landed just out of the reach of Mikolojak. You see Ava's favorite athlete is Saquon Barkley, and what a fine young man to look up to. Former Penn State All-American and coming off an outstanding rookie season with the New York Giants as a running back, and truly seems to be quite a role model, not just for kids, but for everybody. And the 11-year-old shortstop awaits the 0-2 pitch that misses low. Snellsire walked and scored in the first. And she looks at strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts by Katie Ziliani to begin the bottom of the 3rd.
Number 7.
She's got 3 punch-outs so far for the game. And here is Bailey Griffin. Line drive right side, and it's caught. Quick inning for Katie Ziliani. 3 up, 3 down. 2-1 through 3. Here's a little layout about the Little League International Tournament. We have state champions here going head-to-head, but the postseason didn't begin at the state level. You got to go through districts and sections, and then state, province, or country. Of course, province could be in a different country. And then your country tournament. It's all winding up in the regional tournaments where we are now for the right to go on to Portland, Oregon for the World Series. And so the state champs from New Jersey, Robbinsville, New Jersey, hold a 2-1 lead in this elimination game with the Maryland state champions from Berlin, Maryland. Berlin is a small town in Maryland Eastern Shore. It's a couple hours away. I looked on the map this morning. First pitch swinging. Abby Weiss pops out to the shortstop. Looking this morning after having watched Harold Baines' speech yesterday at the Hall of Fame inductions. Harold Baines, of course, the great designated hitter who was one of the 6 inductees yesterday. They mentioned that he was from a small town as well, from Maryland's Eastern Shore, so I punched it in and saw that it's a little less than 2 hours from Berlin, where these girls are from. And whether or not these 10, 11, 12-year-olds are aware of the career he had, they certainly should be proud of a Marylander who carries himself so well. This is Ava Alderelli getting her first plate appearance. And she falls behind in the count against Madison McGinnis, 1-2. Count evens 2-2. Madison McGinnis in the circle for Maryland. She's got a very famous uncle. She is the niece of former New Jersey State Governor Chris Christie. And the governor's niece picks up the strikeout for out number 2.
Number 23, Madison Manning.
And now she will face Madison Manning for the second time. Manning lined out to left field in the second. Check swing, didn't mean to, and it's up against the screen for strike 1. Madison stands 5'4". She's 13 years old. She's a student at Pond Road Middle School. And there's the daughter of Kimberly and Daniel Manning. And living there in central New Jersey, she is a New York Giants fan. And with that Manning on the back of her shirt there, it's not surprising that her favorite Giant is the team's longtime quarterback, Eli Manning. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, the goal for Maddie McGinnis is to continue following in the footsteps of those who've gone before her for these Berlin All-Stars. The program started 6 years ago by her now manager, Katie Griffin. And she throws that wicked changeup for a strikeout. Consecutive Ks to close out the top of the 4th. New Jersey 2, Maryland 1. We head to the bottom half of the 4th inning in this 6-inning game. New Jersey with a 2-1 lead over Maryland. And while it's only a 1-run game for Maryland, time is running out. They have only 9 more outs to play with. And for manager Katie Griffin and there with her husband and coach, Stan Griffin, they're having to again juggle that lineup. They have 5 reserves that have to get in a minimum amount of time while all trying to make sure you score at least 1 more run. Riley Smith, Madison McGinnis, Emily Smith, the heart of the lineup, 3, 4, and 5, due up for Maryland. Riley with a long look down at the third base coaching box where Katie Griffin is now working. We saw earlier in the weekend where Stan was out there. Now Riley Smith finds herself in a 0-2 hole. There's Katie. She also coaches K&K Raptors softball, Ocean City Youth basketball, and Fruitland Falcons field hockey. She's also served as an umpire for softball as well. A ball and 2 strikes. And Katie and Stan Griffin have 3 kids. Their son Shay is 19 years old. Daughter Skylar 15, and we're watching Bailey, the 11-year-old, here play for the Berlin All-Stars this week. Shay, by the way, is a rising sophomore at Fairleigh Dickinson University. He had played Little League as well. He just got back from a semester abroad over in London on Friday. Poked into left center field. It's a leadoff base hit for Riley Smith. Just the second hit allowed by Katie Ziliani. Made solid contact. And so the potential tying run is aboard. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Madison McGinnis. She's 0 for 1 today with a ground out to second back in the 1st. Ball gets away, and that's going to allow Riley Smith to take a big turn at second base. Now a single after after that wild pitch could tie the ball game. She looks at the changeup, and it's a ball. Two balls and a strike. Shot to center, and it's over the head of the center fielder. This will tie the ball game. RBI double by Matty Ice. Still nobody out of the inning after this booming double.
Now pitch hitting for Maryland.
Brought home Riley Smith.
Elijah Payne.
A single and a wild pitch got Riley Smith into scoring position, and the double by McGinnis brought her in. And Maddie McGinnis is going to be pinch run for by Allie Terrell. But again, that does not mean that McGinnis is out of the game. It's just a special pinch runner that will allow McGinnis to return, as she is the pitcher of record for Maryland. And here's Elijah Payne standing in with a chance to give her team the lead or sacrifice the runner to third. That appears to be the strategy for this young lady who loves to change her hair color. Her mom, Heather, is a surgical assistant. Her dad, Adam, is a teacher. And the older sister of Salil Payne bunts it foul. And among the things besides softball Elijah says she likes to do, she enjoys surfing. She also follows the Florida Gators softball program. Throw goes to third just to make sure that pinch runner Terrell stays at second. And among the Florida Gators who Elijah Payne most roots for, the slugging catcher, Kendall Lindemann. There's a slug shot that Miss Lindemann would love to see. That is going to give Maryland the lead. A line drive single by the pinch hitter Elijah Payne scores Allie Terrell, and it's 3-2 Maryland. Boy, so much for sacrifice bunt. Let her swing away, and she produces. Now Leah Simpson. She had a base hit her first time, 1 for 1. 12-year-old from Berlin, Maryland. One ball, one strike. Still nobody out here in the fourth. Snap throw to first, not in time. Back safely is Elijah Payne.
Good. On the ground ball, you gotta go back in, try to freeze on the line drive. Make sure it's clear. Ground ball, you're going there.
1-2 pitch. That's a base hit. Payne's going to try for third, and she's going to get there standing up. Four consecutive base hits to begin this bottom of the fourth inning. And all have been struck very well. Leah Simpson now 2 for 2. She's at first base. And let's see if we're going to have some sort of pitching change. Katie Ziliani now visited inside the circle. Caitlin King will be next. Looks like this might just be a strategy session. With runners on the corners now trailing a run. Want to know what they're going to do on the infield. Without a force, the runner at third, Payne, obviously does not have to come home and try to score on a ground ball. Infield plays it halfway. And now the catcher, Abby Weiss, flashes some defensive signals and gets back in her crouch behind home plate. Ziliani back into her motion. Showing bunt. Trying to draw the throw on the steal. It's a stolen base for Leah Simpson. And Lee stands down at second base. First base now unoccupied for Caitlin King. This is her first plate appearance. The bunt is down. The runner holds at third. Now she comes, and she's tagged out. So there's one away as Payne is retired, one unassisted. Ziliani fielded that bunt, and on that little bit of a fake to first, that got Payne thinking maybe I can sneak home. Nice job by the pitcher to get that out. So Caitlin King reaches on the fielder's choice. The runner at second remains Simpson. And showing bunt again is the pinch hitter, Lauren McAdams. Lauren and Paige McAdams, who would be the next hitter, are twin sisters who just began playing softball a year ago. They're both 12 years old, from Ocean City, Maryland. And apparently Paige and Lauren cannot agree on their walk-up music. Paige would want Fireball by Pitbull, and Lauren, who is batting now, wants Can't Stop by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Both runners move up, and now at 0-2, do you keep the sacrifice on? The pitch to Lauren McAdams. Down low. Lauren says her favorite team is Oklahoma softball. Former All-American Sooner Sydney Romero. And her favorite website, ESPN.com. You and me both, Lauren. She's worked the count to 2-2. Strike three call. Big pitch by Katie Ziliani for the second out.
Number 11, Paige McAdams.
And now Lauren's twin sister Paige will take her turn at the plate. Paige says her favorite movie is Die Hard, and so it makes sense that Bruce Willis is her favorite actor. She's a Dodgers fan, but roots for Manny Machado, the all-star infielder for the Padres. And Paige takes a strike. Maryland has scored twice here in the fourth to take the lead. 4 consecutive hits to begin the inning. Have them out in front. An RBI double by Madison McGinnis tied the game, and then the pinch hit by Elijah Payne put him out in front. That ends the inning, but the damage is done. Maryland puts 2 on the board to take a 3-2 lead against Katie Ziliani here in Bristol. To catch the excitement of the Little League World Series softball tournaments or to find a Little League softball program in your neighborhood, visit littleleaguesoftball.org. Doug Sherman back with you here in Bristol, Connecticut. And now the script is flipped. Came out of the last half inning break saying Maryland was up against it running out of time. And now it's New Jersey trailing with only 2 innings remaining. It's Maryland 3, New Jersey 2. Madison McGinnis will be facing the top of the lineup. Caroline Walls, Haley Krebs, and Sorella Gallucci. This is a dangerous New Jersey team that lost to Pennsylvania yesterday 4-2, which put them in this spot. At the same time, yesterday, after losing their opening game on Saturday, Maryland staved off elimination with a 6-4 win over Maine, trying to do it one more time here today. Walls is 1 for 2. She singled and scored a run in the first on her own daring base running. One ball, one strike. You hear the manager down in the third base coach's box, Scott Weiss, call Caroline Walls Carol. That's what they like to call her. There's that changeup. McGinnis has the batter way out in front, and the count is 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. Count holds on the foul. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for New Jersey. 3-5-1 for Maryland. Now the winner of this game will advance to what is game 14 that'll be played tomorrow at 4 o'clock. And they will face the loser of tonight's New York, Connecticut game. Oh! Tough way to take your base, but Caroline Walls trots to first. And so the leadoff hitter is aboard for Haley Krebs. She's been productive. Sacrifice bunt in the first, a double and a run scored in the third. Showing bunt again. It gets down and gets the job done. Out recorded by half a step. Nice play by Madison McGinnis. Down to second goes Walls. Krebs runs well, so there was no time to waste for McGinnis, who has fielded her position very well through 3 games. And now we're going to have another conference with the first base umpire, Scott Weiss. Very quickly got what he wanted to hear from Roy Margid, and it looks like he's going to challenge the play. Go to video review with home plate umpire John Hill. see if one of these replays gives us a definitive answer. I thought live that she was out, and I've not seen anything on replay that makes me think otherwise. Krebs hustling down that line. Yeah, I think she's out. I think that's the definitive angle right there. We see the foot is still in the air as the ball disappears into the glove of Josie Palmer. And I'm guessing that the home plate umpire, John Hill, is getting that same message. We'll find out the verdict here. But it's a successful sacrifice, if not a successful challenge, and the potential tying run is in scoring position. New Jersey's got it set up the way it would want. Number 3 hitter Sorella Gallucci had an RBI double in the first, popped out to shortstop in the third. Changeup misses high. Gallucci 6 for 9 in this regional so far. 3 RBIs, or make it 4 RBIs. She'd love to make it 5. Will this do it? It's a deep drive to left, and it's over the head of King. Indeed, Gallucci comes through one more time, and we're tied again at 3. Her second RBI double of the morning. No chance for King and left to make this play. And so now New Jersey has a chance to retake the lead. The cleanup hitter is Julissa Alvarado. She too has tremendous power in that bat. Alvarado has reached base once today. She walked in the first, then flew out to right field in her other plate appearance. One hopper is going to allow the runner to advance to third. Wild pitch. And Gallucci is that much closer to scoring the go-ahead run. Now a fly ball. Maybe a ground out. Wild pitch past ball. Those are the possibilities for New Jersey to retake the lead. Well, you can bet Alvarado's not going to be looking to play small ball here. She's looking to drive that softball somewhere and at very least get herself a sacrifice fly. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Ripped up the middle. New Jersey 4, Maryland 3. Well, the top of this New Jersey batting order can do some damage. Walls was hit by a pitch. Krebs laid down a sacrifice bunt. Gallucci hit a deep drive to left that went for an RBI double, and then she comes home on the line drive base hit by Alvarado. And up steps Katie Ziliani, who has yet to be retired today. Looks like we're going to get a pinch runner down at first base for Alvarado. It'll be Lily Andi.
Number 29, Lily Andi. Number 22, Julissa Alvarado. And not batting for the Jersey, number 15, Katie Ziliani.
And now Ziliani stands in. She's got a walk and a base hit. She lays off the pitch and takes a strike. Matty Ice pitching to her opposite number Z, Katie Ziliani. 2 balls and a strike. Three balls and a strike. That's ball 4. Nandi, the pinch runner, goes to second. Ziliani takes her base. She's been on all 3 times here today.
Pinch hitting for New Jersey is number 5, Jordan Pepper.
So now Jordan Pepper comes back into the game in the batting lineup in the number 6 spot in the order for Mikulojak. Pepper has had 1 plate appearance today. She flew out to left field back in the first. She slaps it toward left center and it gets down for a base hit. Andi rounds third, the throw to the plate. Not in time. It's 5-3. Well, Jordan Pepper plays a little pepper with the softball and comes up with a big RBI single. And you see the 2 base runners, Pepper at second, Ziliani at third, with the manager and third base coach Scott Weiss in that shot.
Now batting for New Jersey is number 7, Abby Weiss.
Now Abby Weiss. With nobody, or rather 1 out. That ball hit the umpire at third base and he was in foul ground. And so that is a foul ball. Looks like Ted LeBlanco Jr.'s okay, but he took quite a shot. That ball was stung by Abby Weiss. Just a loud strike. Maryland in at the corners. Let's take another look at that umpire standing his ground. Bam. Caught him in the shoulder maybe. Upper arm. Didn't stop him from making the right call though. And it's Ted LeBlanco Jr. from West Haverstraw, New York. That'll go up against the screen and the count goes to 1-2. 3 runs already in here in the top of the 5th inning. And in this seesaw affair, the pressure now falls back onto Maryland. It is survive and advance time in this elimination game. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch by McGinnis. Grounded sharply off the glove of Griffin at third, and everybody's safe. Another run scores. 6-3. The Robbinsville Renegades, the state champs from New Jersey, are that much closer to advancing. Great job by Griffin just to get some leather on that ball, but then she had no play anywhere on the infield RBI single by Abby Weiss.
Now batting for New Jersey is number 29, Lily Andi.
Pepper stays at second as Ziliani scores the 4th run of the inning. Liliandi gets her second trip to the plate. She popped up to shortstop back in the second. Out in front of the changeup, got a piece, but she falls behind 0-2. Liliandi's already scored a run in this inning. She came on as a special pinch runner for Julissa Alvarado. She just scored, and now she's got a bat in hand. Just among the quirks of the mandatory play rules and how players come and go. Way out in front of the changeup. Runners go on the strikeout. Jordan Palmer made it all the way to third, but Abby Weiss turned around and went back to first. So we've got runners on the corners for the number 9 hitter, Madison Manning. That's the third strikeout by Madison McGinnis. He steps back onto the rubber. Ground ball right side. Emily Smith bobbles, throws, and got the out. That retires the side, but New Jersey sends 9 to the plate and scores 4 times to retake the lead. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning after a couple of eventful half innings, as the lead has changed hands a couple of times. New Jersey, for the moment at least, back in front 6-3 after putting up a 4 spot in the top half of this 5th inning. 4 runs on 4 hits. They left a couple of runners on the base paths, but the big hits were an RBI double by Sorella Gallucci and then RBI singles by Alvarado, Pepper, and Abby Weiss, and the folks from Robbinsville, New Jersey, who made the trip, now need to just get 6 more outs. First pitch right through the legs of the pitcher and into center field for a single. Ava Snellsire with her first hit of the day. We saw in the first inning what she can do when she leads off and gets on base. She walked and manufactured a run almost by herself. And now she's aboard again to begin the bottom of the 5th. Allie Terrell pinch hitting. She got a piece of that pitch, and so it's strike 1. Terrell's pinch hitting for Bailey Griffin. Swinging away, she's behind in the count 0-2.
Strike, you gotta be swinging on that. You got 2 on you. You got 2.
You see, she's an Orioles fan. Any chance to go to Camden Yards is a good thing, even though the Orioles aren't very good this year. Haven't been for a couple of years. She's down on strikes. Snellsire dives back safely into first. 1 away. And Riley Smith will take her turn.
Number 22, Riley Smith.
I don't know if you can tell in that shot. She has 2 different colored eyes. Runner off with the pitch, and easily down to second is Ava Snellsire. Get a little tighter shot, you see she has heterochromia. Like Max Scherzer of the Nationals, she has 2 different colored eyes. See squarely there for a shot that splits the outfielders in left center. Snellsire back in. She scores, and here comes Maryland. The Riley Smith RBI double as the Berlin All-Stars back on the board and back within 2, and now another conference will come in the circle for New Jersey. Neither of these teams wants to go home, but the loser will be eliminated. Will become the third team to be eliminated. We've had a pitching change. Katie Ziliani has given way to Sorella Gallucci. They have swapped positions, pitcher and third base. Gallucci pitched yesterday, went the distance in the loss to Pennsylvania. She's going to come out here to try and get the save. So Ziliani pitches 4 1/3 innings. And so far she has allowed 7 hits, 4 runs. But of course the runner at second base, Riley Smith, is her responsibility. And Gallucci is brought in to face the cleanup hitter, Madison McGinnis.
Now back from Maryland, number 13, Madison McGinnis.
First pitch in the dirt. Scampering to third is Riley Smith. Maryland keeps the pressure on. Gallucci is the 13-year-old daughter of Jason and Angelique. She misses up high. 2 balls and no strikes. Sorella's also got an older brother, 15-year-old Jason. Her 2-0 pitch is a called strike. Berlin, Maryland in the light blue uniform top. Robbinsville, New Jersey in the dark blue. That's ripped right to the third baseman. She steps on the bag for an inning-ending double play. Katie Ziliani plays little defense, helps her pitching replacement Sorella Gallucci avoid more damage. It's 6-4 as we head to the 6th. 5 years ago, the Robbinsville Renegades from Robbinsville, New Jersey, won the Little League Softball World Series out in Portland, Oregon. And now, 5 years later, that same program, different players, although some related to those from 5 years ago, trying to stay alive in this East Regional and get a chance to go back for a 6th time to the World Series. What a remarkable program. And now New Jersey in the top of the 6th, looking for a tack-on run or 2 or 3 against the team from Berlin, Maryland. Well, it was Caroline Walls, who is batting now, who sparked the 4-run rally in the last inning. She was hit by a pitch and came around to score. It'll be Walls, Krebs, and Gallucci here in the top of the 6th. Madison McGinnis's pitch. Slow roller to third. Bailey Griffin up with it. Safe. Caroline Walls is aboard on the infield single. Her 2nd hit of the game. And now Haley Krebs. And it looks like they're going to challenge the call from the Maryland dugout. And the call by the first base umpire seems clear that Roy Margid said the foot of Josie Palmer, the first baseman, came off the bag. I'm not even 100% sure she secured the ball well enough to say she had it. But we shall see on replay what the decision is from the home plate umpire, John Hill. Hard to see there if the foot stayed on the bag. And whether or not the foot stays on the bag, based on that, it seemed like she got there, but again, hard to tell from that one. Maybe we've got another angle that would more clearly give us indisputable video evidence. Without indisputable video evidence to the contrary, the call is going to stand. So the ball hits the glove before the foot hits the base. Is that foot of the first baseman touching the bag? Boy, I don't see anything that tells me that it was a wrong call that needs to be overturned. I can't say definitively it was the right call based on that video, but the call on the field was safe, infield single. And let's see if it stands. The winner of this game will advance to play in a 4 o'clock game tomorrow. This is our first of 4 games here today. Coming up after this one, it'll be Delaware against Rhode Island, and here's the call. Indeed, it stands. Caroline Walls is 2 for 3. She's been on base 3 times, and she represents a big insurance run at first base with nobody out in the top of the 6th. Haley Krebs, she has a pair of sacrifice bunts today and has doubled and scored back in the 3rd. Showing bunt again. This is for a base hit. They're not going to get her. Rounding second, heading to 3rd with nobody at the bag. Easily making it from corner to corner is Caroline Walls. What tremendous heads-up base running. The 3rd baseman had obviously vacated as she came in to potentially field the bunt, and nobody recovered to the base. That was recognized by Caroline Walls, and she never stopped as she rounded second and sprinted to 3rd base. So a bunt single for Krebs, and New Jersey has runners on the corners with nobody out. Let's see if a double steal is put on here with the number 3 hitter, Sorella Gallucci, getting instruction from her manager, Scott Weiss. Walls and Krebs both run very, very well out of the base paths. Runner goes, and Maryland decides to allow the steal of second and make sure that Walls stays at 3rd base. Big spot for the pitcher, Madison McGinnis. Gallucci has a couple of RBI doubles already today. There's another shot, and it's going to produce 2 more runs. 8-4 New Jersey.
Number 22, Julissa Alvarado.
That's a 2-run single for Sorella Gallucci. She moves up to 2nd base on the ball coming back into the infield. Julissa Alvarado swings and misses. Boy, what a tournament Sorella Gallucci is having. She is now 8 for 11 with 7 RBIs, 4 of them coming here today. Fly ball down the right field line, falls foul. Well, Sorella Gallucci will have the responsibility, we presume, of coming out to pitch the bottom of the 6th inning to try to pick up the save. She's been saving this team all week with her bat as well. Off the glove of McGinnis. Griffin recovers nicely to get the out at first base. Alvarado is out 1-5-3. On to third goes Gallucci. Now the starting pitcher for New Jersey is playing third base. Katie Ziliani stands in. She's walked twice, singled, and scored a run. The girl who loves an acai berry boost smoothie takes a strike. It's 1-1. Foul back. It's 1-2. Up on the roof of the press box here at the A. Bartlett Giamatti Little League Leadership Training Center, which of course serves as the host each year for the East Regional for softball and the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic Regionals for baseball. That'll be back here in a couple of weeks. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And for those who may not be familiar, Abe Bartlett Giamatti, of course, was the commissioner of Major League Baseball back in the 1980s. Yale educated. This facility stands in his memory and his honor. 2-2 pitch. Ziliani lays off, and the count goes full. She's shown good patience at the plate today, walking twice. Payoff pitch, fouled straight back, and they will do it again. Another battle between Madison McGinnis and Katie Ziliani. Ball 4. Maryland really needs to be careful here. Down 4. A base hit here, a couple more runs could blow this thing open and make it kind of unreasonable to think they could come back in the bottom of the 6th. Of course, crazier things have happened, but they need to stop the bleeding right here. Jordan Palmer looking to add to that 8-4 lead for New Jersey. Jordan Pepper, I should say. She ripped a single to score a runner last time. She's 1 for 2. Runner goes from first. Ziliani's going to make the second without a throw. That takes away the possibility of a conventional double play to get out of the inning. You see, Jordan Pepper loves pasta. She also says her favorite movie is Toy Story 4. And she most loved her trip down to Orlando for Disney World. That's the coolest place she's ever traveled to. Although I wonder if this team can get out to Portland, Oregon for the Little League World Series, if that would then trump the happiest place on earth, at least in the mind of Jordan Pepper. 2-1 pitch. on the outside corner. Jordan Pepper really crowding the plate. Her toes are on and perhaps over the inside line of the batter's box. Off the glove of the catcher. Here comes the runner from third, and she is safe. Sorella Gallucci slides in after the wild pitch. And the score is now 9-4. That's the second time today Sorella Gallucci has scored. What a line she has. 3 for 4. Grounder to first. Step on the bag for the out, but in comes another run as Katie Ziliani slides in safely. 10-4. RBI ground out for Jordan Pepper.
Number 7, Abby Weiss.
Now with the bases empty, Abby Weiss, there's that Hello Kitty dress being held on to Abby Weiss's old outfit from 5 years ago. She was wearing that when her older sister helped New Jersey win the World Series, as we showed you just a few minutes ago. They hope that dress makes it back to Portland 5 years later. Abby's had a nice game here today. She lined sharply back to the pitcher in the first, popped out to short in the fourth, and then her last time up, big RBI single for the 12-year-old catcher. Abby's a big Yankees fan, loves Aaron Judge. And Abby's dad was telling me that when she was a 7-year-old out in Portland, she was such, in his words, a little monster. Said it with a smile, of course, twinkle in his eyes. He said she was all over the place, and that all the ice cream vendors knew exactly who Abby Weiss was by the end of their stay at the World Series. There's the proud papa, 15-year volunteer for Robbinsville Little League. His Renegades are on the verge of advancing to the 4th round here in Bristol, Connecticut.
Let it go, baby. Here we go.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Grounder to short, takes a funny hop, gets by the shortstop, and it's a base hit, her second for Abby Weiss. She wears number 7 because her dad's a huge Mickey Mantle fan. And Mick would have taken that hit every day. No chance with a big hop for Ava Snellsire to make that play. And now Liliondi will step in. She's 0 for 2. That, by the way, was the 12th hit of the game for New Jersey. This game approaching the 2-hour mark. Almost noon here in Bristol, Connecticut, on a much more comfortable day. Cooler temperatures forecast in the 80s after we were well into the 90s the last couple of days. Had a few sprinkles right before first pitch and maybe a spotty sprinkle here and there, but by and large it's been a very comfortable day so far. Andi lifts it into left center. Simpson can't make the catch. On to third goes Weiss. And standing at second is Liliondi. That's the 13th base hit of the day for New Jersey.
Never do that again. He threw the bat down in front of him. New Jersey. He had 2 big rebounds coming back in.
And that is Stan Griffin, one of the coaches for Maryland. He and his wife Katie really share responsibilities for this team, and depending on the year, depending on the team, one time Stan is quote unquote in charge, another time Katie will hold the reins. So after the RBI double by Lily Ondi, Madison McGinnis will face her 9th batter of the inning. Off the wild pitch, another run comes in. Abby Weiss scores. Now, much like on Saturday, Madison McGinnis has found herself in a monumental struggle. And she has been pitching her guts out for 3 straight days, and perhaps she has run out of gas a little bit. She had to work hard to get through the 5th inning when New Jersey sent 9 to the plate. The exact same story here in the 6th inning. This is the 9th batter she has faced. And the inning is finally over, but 5 more runners cross the plate. The lead is up to 7 as we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. 3 outs needed for New Jersey to survive and advance. The Robbinsville Renegades send Sorella Gallucci back to the circle to try and nail down a victory over Maryland and advance to a 4 o'clock game tomorrow. It'll be Emily Smith leading off the 6th inning from Maryland against Gallucci, who's trying to save it for Katie Ziliani. Changeup is swung on and missed. Ziliani started the game, went 4 1/3, gave up 4 runs on 7 hits. She walked 1 and struck out 6, and is the pitcher of record on the winning side. She and Gallucci swapped positions last inning, and Gallucci induced a inning-ending line drive double play. And now she needs 3 more outs that would knock Maryland out of this tournament. Another changeup swung on and missed. 1 away.
Number 27, Leah Simpson.
Leah Simpson working on a perfect day at the plate. She singled in the 2nd, did it again in the 4th. Out in front of that changeup. 0-1. Strike 2.
Hey, protect it. Anything close, Leah.
That ball punched into center field for a single. Leah Simpson now 3 for 3. Nice job of hitting after being out in front on her 2 swings and misses.
Number 8,
Solid contact there once again. She's got 3 of Maryland's 8 hits today. Snap throw down to first, and Simpson dives back in safely.
Let's go, Caitlin. Let's go, Caitlin.
Caitlin King takes another pitch down low, 2-0. King reached down a fielder's choice in her only previous plate appearance. Caitlin's a 13-year-old from Bishopville, Maryland. She attends Most Blessed Sacrament Catholic School. She's got an older sister, Madeline, and then twin brothers, Bryce and Cameron, who are younger. Ground ball right side. Fielded on to second for one. They get the lead runner. Simpson retired. Wells to Krebs at second base. And King's aboard on the fielder's choice. Ball wasn't hit sharply enough to turn two, but we have seen time and time again this infield
Number 12.
for New Jersey is really good on defense. We've got Ziliani at third, Krebs and Walls up the middle, Madison Manning at first base. So it comes down to Josie Palmer. Young lady who is quite an actress too. She played Sebastian in her school's production of The Little Mermaid earlier this year. 12-year-old says, quote, "I absolutely love," in capital letters, double chocolatey chip cream frappuccinos at Starbucks. Despite likely being caffeinated, she's able to lay off that pitch. It's 2-1. Three balls and a strike to Josie Palmer. Her favorite player is outfielder Adam Jones, long of the Orioles, now the Diamondbacks. We've got a full count. Our next game coming up here in Bristol, scheduled for 1 o'clock between Delaware and Rhode Island. I see the Delaware All-Stars getting warmed up out beyond the right field fence here at the Giamatti Center. That's a foul ball. They're the Delaware All-Stars. And that'll do it. Sorella Gallucci comes on and gets the last 5 outs to nail down the save, and New Jersey survives and advances 11-4. Maryland is eliminated. Congratulations to the girls from Berlin, Maryland on a tremendous season, making it here to regionals. But handshakes as they are knocked out. And the girls from Robbinsville, New Jersey will play again tomorrow. We'll take a break, be back with you in almost an hour here on ESPN Plus as regionals continue.